Welcome back to Underway Drifting and Dreaming. I'm Jennifer, my husband Jim, and I are cruising across the Mississippi Sound to Mobile, Alabama. We are cruising on a 48-foot Kadey Krogen Whaleback, and we're heading back to Loop. The first stop is Gulfport, Mississippi, at the Gulfport Municipal Marina. It was a wonderful day out on the Mississippi Sound. We left New Orleans, Lake Bourne behind, and as soon as we turned towards the Gulfport Channel, the winds started to pick up and it was choppy. I held off putting out the lines until we get inside the harbor. Here we're at the dock at the Municipal Marina. We have a beautiful boat next to us that needs a little bit of loving, but beautiful all in the same. And you can see that we are at a fixed dock, not at a floating dock. And we are going to go explore some beaches. The beaches are white sand, which are absolutely gorgeous. There's many restaurants and casinos in the area, but we didn't get in until it was after 6, and by the time we had dinner, it was getting later, so we just explored around the marina. And by 6:30 that next morning, we are heading back out to the Sound for a long day cruising to the Mobile Bay. I can see the Dolphin Island Bridge. We are getting closer to Mobile. There's some clouds building on the shore. And the sport fishermen, they just keep flying by. Just truly amazing. It's like an epic parade of sport fishing boats. They have the Mississippi Billfish tournament this weekend, and these are the boats that are heading home. So we're sharing the channel with them. We're only going 7 knots, and I think they're about 30 to 40 miles an hour flying by us. But they're truly beauties. I'll get some more on camera. I've been putting them on shorts, so check them out. Alright, check out this beauty. That millennial gray hull. They're just flying by. Jim says about 33 to 34 knots. You can hear the whine of their turbo. That was Gunslinger and one. Oh, look at her. She's not displacing any water like we are. She's up out of the water. Good D-hole. We're slow and steady. We get the job done. There's this little rocky here. Sorry, I'm not holding the camera steady. That's a Gunslinger too, huh? They must be sister boats. Alright, so you can see the weight coming in. Jim will turn into it just a little bit. And I will hold on. One hand for my phone, one for the boat. Oh, not too bad. Closer to the Mobile Bay. Here we come. Mobile, Alabama. Mobile Bay. We have Middle Bay Lighthouse here. 4 tugboats coming down, all lined up, one heading off to the east. Wide open behind us. Sarah Dan, towing the barge, heading offshore. Another one's on its way down. Total of 4. So much different than the river. Towing the barge. Hard work going on a Sunday. Dredge operations. You can see one way over here. There's anchors. We're gonna go right in between. Jim has made our turn going back to the west, heading in the Dog River Channel. It is very shallow. It's wide, but it's shallow. So I'm just standing on the outside, making sure that we're staying in the center and not drifting down. The wind's blowing about 17 to 25 knots, and it is an outgoing tide. Once we get closer to the bridge, then I will rig the lines. But right now I'm just an extra set of eyes to make sure that we're not drifting down outside of the channel. So that's all I'm doing, stand here on the side as we're coming in. After a long day of cruising, we tied up and enjoyed sitting here on the water. I have a glass of ice water. That's truly what I wanted. We enjoyed fried crab claws, hush puppies, and we shared fish tacos. There was a one-man band playing. Very nice evening. The next morning, we had a little bit of rainstorm coming in. I get off the boat to take out the trash, get ready to get underway again. Here at the marina, they have pilings, so make sure you know how to tie a good clove hitch. There are no cleats. We had a person from the marina. She came out to help us tie up. Usually I just throw a stern line on and Jim and I tie up, but we had a parallel park, which was not a problem because we have a bow and a stern thruster, which are two great tools while maneuvering a boat. As you see, the dock is a little bit narrow, but they have power, water, and these pilings, you'll find out later, were the best. We sat here through a storm that was 46 knots of wind. The sailboats on the other side of the dock were leaning in towards us, and our boat never moved. Those pilings are solid. The cruising plan for today is to head up through Mobile. The first exciting part, we'll see the SS United States that is docked in Mobile, getting ready to be dismantled a little bit before she becomes a reef. We have the Dog River Bridge. There is a West Marine over at the Dog River Marina on the other side. We are all set. We are stocked and supplied for our yard period. So I don't think there's anything else that we need except to provision it again about 2 weeks. Just non-perishable foods. There's something swimming here in the water. But there's a really neat trawler back here. Jim's like, we could buy it and it could be a project boat. And I just reminded him that we're going in the yards. We do not need a project boat. And this marina is AGLCA sponsor. So make sure you let them know when you come in. Got the fuel dock here. I'm not sure what the price of diesel is. A little store in the marina. Check-in office. Very calm morning. And you wonder why am I like whispering? Well, it's not even 6:30 yet, so it's quite early. I'm gonna go back down to the boat and we'll get her ready to get underway. Alright, just left the dock in Dog River. We held off for about 2 hours to let the storm pass. But you can see how gorgeous it is. Hello, U.S. Coast Guard cutter Dolphin. She's an 87-foot patrol boat, home ported in Mobile, Alabama. She performs search and rescue, law enforcement, environmental protection, The 87 replaced the 82 Point class patrol boat. Jim was the second command, and an 82 back in the 90s, home ported out of Portsmouth, Virginia, the Coast Guard cutter Bonita. Is behind us. We have a rainstorm to the west. We're back on the Black Warrior River. It's gorgeous. There's a lot of osprey or eagle's nests. I'm sure they're osprey nests, but using the binoculars, I'm not seeing anything in it. Jolly Roger's got spun around. I see a red nun buoy over here. So you can see that debris. Coming down November, the rivers are much narrower. I'm gonna say just because these are just the spring flow. Hey, there's a boat up there. Well, I know that we just said we were heading up the Black Warrior River. Didn't make it very far, not because of mechanical issues, but because it is flooding at the Coffeyville and the Demopolis lock. So we're going back the right way on the loop. No more reversal. So we'll be back at Dog River, the Grand Mariner Marina, probably 3:30, 4 o'clock.
For a week.
For a week. We'll just have to wait, just waiting out. We've seen all the rains coming, but we actually called the haul out facility. I wasn't able to get a hold of anybody else to tell us what the river conditions was like. A sport fisherman that had left a little bit before us called us on the radio as they were heading back down the river. So, heading south. Thanks for joining us on our cruise as we're heading up to Demopolis, Alabama. They did receive 4 inches of rain. The current's coming down at 7 knots. Our top speed is 7 knots, so it kind of defeated the purpose. It's best for us to turn around, head back to the marina. We'll hang out for the week. While we were in port for the week, we ended up meeting a wonderful couple that we decided to buddy boat up to Demopolis together. It was great to meet them and travel along. Check in next time as we're traveling up to Demopolis.